Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night to you all. My name is Tiara, and I'm joined by the lovely Chanel. Once again, we're back because we know you guys loved it last time.
Howdy, yeah.
There's a lot going on in the world right now, and I find it important that we find even like 2 seconds to, laugh and find joy out of life, even when things are happening in the world, that make you feel very, very down. I hope that you find some joy out of this video, and below there will be links to petitions that you can sign. Fight the power. So today we're going to be talking about Parasite. On Chanel's channel, we talked about we need to talk about Kevin. That sounds like a terrible sentence. On Chanel's channel, we talked about the movie. We need to talk about Kevin. Before going into the film, I thought it was going to be scary for some reason. Like, I felt like the trailer really built it up to be a suspense, like, / thriller type film.
I thought so too.
And I thought there was going to be like some scares in it. Horror these days has been diluted with jump scares and scary, faces and all this special effects, makeup and all that stuff, when you don't even need all that. I think Bong Joon-ho did a crazy great job with capturing suspense and keeping the audience on the edge of their seats without giving them freaking a traumatizing experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There wasn't one antagonist. It was a series of antagonists or antagonistic items. It was. I really liked it. It was a lot less of what we think of horror movies now, and it was more of a thriller. In the case where you don't have like an ancient demon or like something coming out of there. When I heard Parasite, I originally thought that it was going to be like Slither or like Teeth or something like that, where it's like an out-of-body thing that comes into the body in kind of like Revenge of the Body Snatchers or something like that.
The Park family, they kind of just like symbolize all of, rich culture and capitalism and all that stuff, and like the huge divide between upper class and lower class. But we don't just see the Kim family, we see their entire community. We don't we get to see when the flood happens and all the freaking like gutters, like the sewers, like empty out into the streets, and people can't even they have to empty out their stores, and
empty out
people
their
are living in
houses,
basements, and
all the water is running in and destroying all of their items. Obviously, it's like there's no distribution of wealth or anything like that. Like, they don't know what this family is going through because they're too busy with their own trivial things.
And we always have to assume if someone is rich, they are generally bad, because how else did you get in that position? You had to take money, or of course people always no, I built this on my own. No, if you are rich, then you are not, like you said, distributing your money equally, and that's how we should be living.
I think that
socialism.
If you are rich and you actually built yourself up from the ground, then you're more likely to be wait, I need to help more people.
So a little fun thing I have here is is this article by Screen Rant, and it says, which Parasite character are you based on your zodiac? Want to find out?
Yes, I want to find out.
You don't sound excited.
I want to find out, damn it.
That's more like it. Okay, let's see.
I'm just nervous because if they say that I'm any one of the Park family members, I'm going to cry.
I like yours. It says Min Hyuk. I don't know if I'm saying that, but Min. So Min Hyuk is Ki-woo's college friend, a glint of light in the darkness that envelops most poor people's lives. As a Capricorn, he proves to the Kim family that hard work and intelligence are all it takes to succeed in life. Min Hyuk is the spark that lights the fire when he offers Ki-woo his own job as Da Dahai's tutor, an act that clearly displays his sense of loyalty to his friend. Most importantly, it is he who brings the scholar stone into the picture, a core symbol in the story, but he disappears soon after. I love that.
I love Min. Min was a great catalyst for this entire story.
Now, one thing, okay, I'm always retweeting Parasite memes, but the one that I've seen most recently was how they were like, okay, the one thing that, they were like, what they tried to make you pay attention to is, you know, the ongoing battle between the poor family and the rich family. But what we should be talking about is the pedophilia going on in the background. Like, yes! I don't know if that's just a cultural difference, but it seemed like they even knew it was inappropriate for them to be like, I'm just going to wait till she goes to university. I'm going to wait till she goes to university. And the fact that, is it Kevin? Yeah, Kevin literally follows in Min's footsteps and was like, fell in love with the young girl. Even though, you know, the whole reason Min trusted him to take his job was because he's like, oh, I don't trust my college peers. I just looked and saw who's the Pisces character.
Who is it?
I don't want to talk about it.
Who is it?
I can't say his name, but Oh Jean-Say, the guy who's stuck in the basement the whole movie. It says, Jean-Say is surprisingly sensitive for a man who has spent several years in a moldy basement. Being a Pisces, he emits an aura of gentle gratitude, like sending up secret messages to Mr. Park for allowing him, quote unquote, allowing him to live there. However, when his wife and only protector is murdered by Chung-Suk, he loses all interest and empathy and goes out on a rampage, killing Ki-jong and injuring Ki-taek in the process. Sounds about right, actually. Sounds, because I hate that I always read things about Pisces being the type to, like, praise their lovers, or not praise them, but, like, give them, just, like, have complete rose-tinted glasses for whoever it is that they are infatuated with and think that they can do no wrong, because that's exactly what kind of lover I am. And I hate that. Because him, like, praising Mr. Park and thinking that he's his leader and his god and all that stuff is exactly how we idolize people.
Which introduction scene to the next Parasite, that's what I want to refer to it as the next Parasite, did you like the most? Because it started with Kevin, right?
Oh,
and then Kevin's standing there and he's like introducing his sister as one of his friends who's an art therapist.
Gotcha.
So, which one did you like?
I have to say, the scene that really, really did it for me was how they got the poor mother into the house with the tuberculosis and all that stuff, like accusing the housekeeper of having TB and keeping it from them, and you know, just how completely creative they were with it was wild to me. Like extracting just a little piece of peach fuzz and putting it in a tiny little capsule. I was like, first of all, where did they get this stuff? But yeah, just like how meticulous they were being was so creative, and I love that scene and all. And we had built up to that. I felt like that was the big introduction, like you said, that just really set off the whole movie. I was like, wow. I love them.
I think that the slow build of like adding in the sister and then adding in dad after what the sister does, like they really planned that out. So like they weren't planning it out long in advance, but I feel like they were taking advantage of what they already knew and what they were learning about the family. Oh my gosh, it was great. It was so great.
Kevin should have died, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Thank
he
you.
got
Like,
not even
he
once.
got hit not once. He got hit twice with that huge rock, and the way that he like had intent to kill with the blow.
Yeah.
There was no doubt in my mind that he should have died.
Kevin absolutely should have died because of the rock. The way that the rock was angled, it was like really sharp. It should have sliced into his brain. And his sister should have lived. Because it didn't look as...
You think so?
Yeah, it didn't look as...
She was bleeding out from the chest.
It seemed like it was right in her shoulder where she was stabbed.
Oh.
But they made it seem like it was right in her heart. Like, at the very last moment, they were like, she's not gonna make it, it's right in her heart. But it was, like, right in the general area of her shoulder. The way that she was holding it.
Like, that very last shot where you see Mr. Kim come out from the basement and, you know, and he's, like, reunited with his family after who knows how many years. I know that he's, you know, saying in the letter, this is how it's gonna happen, but us seeing it also kind of makes you think, okay, did it happen? Like, do they finally get to reunite? What do you think?
I was thinking the same thing because I was sitting there and I was like, if it didn't happen already, then why would they show it? Because never before have they shown a plan ahead of time. But it goes back to having Kevin sitting on the couch and just like writing this whole thing out so he can make a Morse code message to his father, which I don't know how that's gonna happen, but I just feel like
right, good point. How is he gonna get that to his dad? It's not like he has lights inside the basement that he can be looking at.
Right.
That is a good point.
And I don't think they ever showed another entrance into that basement.
No, they didn't.
So
wow.
I
good point.
Truly do not know. So I feel like he's writing that just to make himself feel better. And then he's gonna try and make the plan ahead of time. And that's how he's envisioning the plan.
So you mean to tell me there is no happy ending?
No, absolutely not.
I can't live with this.
See, I wanted it to be a happy ending too, where like, oh, look at him, he's a lot older now and he looks like a K-pop star. Yeah. And he's...
Oh my God.
I was sitting there and I was like, is that Kooky?
Oh, wow.
It doesn't matter if it was foreign or not. It doesn't matter if it was not in English. I followed everything. It was really hard to like pull away and not be interested in it.
Every time people are like, they like movies, I'm like, have you seen Parasite though? You have not seen movies.
Until you've seen Parasite.
The best movie of our time. Can I say that? Maybe. Of this decade, maybe? I don't know.
I want to say of this decade. Out of all the movies that have come out in the last 10 years, I firmly believe that Parasite is like number one.
Number one.
10
out of 10.
I don't think I could have seen a single thing wrong with it. And yes, I also agree, 10 out of 10. Like, anybody could relate to one character at any time in that movie. So yes, I absolutely 100% agree with you.
It's a timeless piece.
Very timeless. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Period. Go watch Parasite. Wash your hands.
Wear a mask.
Sign some petitions. Wear a mask. Yeah, I think that's it. Call out your racist friends and family members.
You know.
Do all those things today. Thank you, Chanel, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you got this far, please comment, like, and subscribe. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.